Hello CQ, hello CQ. This is 2Emma Talk, Rittle testing. This is 2Emma Talk, Rittle testing.
It's here. We finally got it done from Marconi to Melba. What a struggle this has been. But thank you everybody who sent me really kind messages, and part of those messages have been how amazing so many colorized images are. Hopefully you'll see how those faces that are now all long gone from 100 years ago come alive. These are the people who built the radio station that we know as 2MT, 2Emma Talk, the first regular British broadcasting station from that small long low hut in the Rittle Field. You've got Freddie Bubb, you've got Trump, you've got Sir Noel Ashbridge in the front row, you've got of course Peter Eckersley in the front row, and next to him his secretary Miss Elizabeth Benson. Her father Henry, he ran the Cock and Bell pub. The back row, you've got McClarty and Kirk and Wynne, the great engineers who put Rittle together. And don't forget Freddie Bubb and Harry Russell, the men who actually made it happen. This picture, which now sits absolutely full page across the new book, really stepped me off on the route to colorise 82 pictures, because it brings history alive. And as this is some of my favourite things, what's the next picture? Well, I think it has to be the picture of Dame Nellie Melba standing outside the Marconi Hall. We all know the image of Melba, black and white, slightly grainy, that the Marconi Company publicity department blacked out because they were so embarrassed she had to sing from the packing shed. So they literally produced this almost two-tone image. What I found from an Australian newspaper, which is Melba with the microphone standing outside the original Marconi studio, if you can call it that. Never seen before. I was going to put it in black and white, and then of course Steve said this will look fantastic in colour. So here it is, one of my favourite things. This is Dame Nellie Melba on the 15th of June 1920, standing with that incredible microphone, half of a handset from Bill Ditcham's desk, and the cone of cigar boxwood into which she was going to sing at 7 o'clock in the evening, 10 minutes past 7 at night, in that concert, set us on a course which would make the British broadcasting, and of course would change the world as we know it. And as the third and final series of my favourite things, I guess it has to be this picture of PPE. Peter Pendleton Eckersley, Captain Eckersley to almost everybody. At one time one of the most famous men in England, the man who built air traffic control radio as we know it. He built speech telephony systems in the First World War. He then was obviously the power behind the microphone for 2MT and Rittle and the birth of British broadcasting, and became in early 1923 the first chief engineer of the BBC, and built that organisation to be the largest company for mass media that we know today. Peter Eckersley is an amazing character, effervescent, ebullient, madcap, prankster, anti-authoritarianism. He really didn't like anybody who told him what to do. So this picture of Peter Eckersley, now I've worked and written and spoken about Eckersley for perhaps 40 years now. I worked on his biography with his son Miles Eckersley many years ago. But when Peter Eckersley turned into colour, and Steve sent me this picture, I have to say maybe there was a tear in the corner of my eye, because people come alive. This is Eckersley standing nonchalantly, as he always did. He was the man who always wore a velvet jacket to the IE meetings. That was considered very bad in 1922. He was also the man who had a toothbrush, universal tool. He would clean his teeth, comb his hair, brush his eyebrows, brush his suit, clean his shoes, and then of course it would be ready for the next night. This is Peter Eckersley in colour, one of my favourite things. Dog's barking's good. Dog's barking's good. Dog's barking's good.
Hello CQ, hello CQ. This is 2Emma Talk, Rittle testing. This is 2Emma Talk, Rittle testing. Hello CQ, hello. Hello Ash, hello Ash. Ash, hello. Are the signals okay? No, they're not. Wave your hand if it's all okay. No waves? No waves at all. Kirk, is that all right in there? Kirk! No, not. Sorry. Well, sorry, CQ. Closing down a moment. Hello, CQ. This is 2 Emma Talk riddle testing. This is 2 Emma Talk riddle testing. Tonight, we have a most marvelous thing that's going to happen. We are going to receive Rome. That famous Italian tenor, what's his name? Gridlico is going to sing Non Puto Furore Pantissimo, which being translated means, it's very difficult. CQ, the concert's ended. Sad wails the heterodyne. You must soon switch off your valves. I must soon switch off mine. Now we're going to receive it. There may be some atmospherics. There may be some jamming. There may be some oscillation. Whoo! But hang on, CQ. We're just going to...